It's 2030, and despite efforts to bring stability to countries in Latin America and the Caribbean, migration continued to destabilize the region. The massive exodus after Venezuela's collapse affected countries that were not prepared to handle the influx, and Central Americans continue to migrate in record numbers due to violence and widespread hunger. The increase in migration flows has strained the delivery of social services to refugees and to the local populations. Efforts to digitalize government ramped up in the late 2010s when a digital identification card was issued to migrants at border crossings to ease their access to social services and to increase security. The digital identification system began with good intentions, but in some countries it was also used to target migrant populations and impacted regular citizens. As social tensions in the region increased, some countries used digital systems to exclude migrants from social programs and used the biometric information for surveillance purposes. The vulnerabilities in the security framework were not properly addressed by governments, and more people believed that digital corruption was widespread. In 2024, WikiLeaks posted governments' target lists, which included political leaders, social activists, journalists, and athletes. At the same time, a massive data breach of migrant children's identity information was ultimately tracked down to corrupted members of security forces. These incidents generated a regional uproar led by civil society about the lack of privacy and data protection rights. This set the stage for the rise of new political leaders that campaigned for a renewed and engaged digital citizenship with rights and responsibilities in the digital economy. By 2026, a new generation of digital citizens had become the main driver that demands strong policies and regulatory frameworks that protect privacy, data ownership, and hold governments and the private sector accountable. There are regulation watchdogs from local NGOs constantly overseeing the transparent and ethical use of technology and data. Because of this, large government capital allocations are going to cybersecurity, reducing government's ability to invest in other important areas of development. However, local entrepreneurship and SME investments in the region have stagnated, and only big tech companies have been able to adapt their data and technology frameworks to comply with the new policies and regulations and absorb all the operational and administrative costs. The population as a whole is better off with a digital identification system, receiving personalized public services and managing their personal data. However, a backward spiral is a continuous threat if citizen engagement and pressure towards using technology for good is somehow diminished.